A year ago, my life was fine. But as a journalist, my job is to find problems. I'm trained to see what's broken, what's unjust, and what needs fixing. The problem was that lens had started to color my entire world, especially my own life. I realized my default setting had become complain. In fact, when I floated the idea of this year-long gratitude experiment to my husband, he put it perfectly. You probably don't appreciate what you have as much as you should. You pay way more attention to what's wrong than what's right. Ouch. But he was right. I wasn't seeing any of the good. So, I decided to run an experiment on myself with one simple rule for 365 straight days. I had to find something to be grateful for and write it down. What I discovered wasn't just a new perspective, and it definitely wasn't just about looking on the bright side. The results were genuinely shocking, leading to scientifically backed health benefits that I'm going to break down for you. And I'll show you exactly how you can apply them to your own life starting today. The whole thing started on New Year's Eve. I was surrounded by the usual resolutions: lose weight, get organized, save more money. But I wanted something that would fundamentally change how I experienced life, not just my circumstances. I was inspired by the work of journalist Janice Kaplan, who went on a similar journey. Her research pointed to a fascinating gap. While studies suggest a vast majority of people believe gratitude makes you happier, less than half of us actually bother to express it. I was firmly in that silent, ungrateful majority. Now, let's be real. The idea of practicing gratitude can sound a little fluffy, can't it? It brings to mind cheesy inspirational posters and a weird pressure to be happy all the time. I was a huge skeptic. My brain, like most of ours, is hardwired with a negativity bias. It's an old survival tool that kept our ancestors safe from, tigers in the bushes. But today, it mostly just leads to stress, anxiety, and a constant feeling that something is missing. I seriously wondered, could a simple daily habit really override years of evolutionary programming? Or was I just trying to delude myself into happiness? I also knew that for this to stick, it couldn't feel like a chore. It had to be a real exploration. I decided to tackle it thematically, month by month, like Kaplan did. 1 month would be all about my marriage, the next my career, then health, friendships. You get the idea. The goal was to see where gratitude would actually take root. I bought a cheap notebook and, on January 1st, I wrote my first entry, having no clue that this tiny action was the first step in literally rewiring my brain. The first few weeks were awkward. It felt super forced. My early journal entries are almost embarrassing to read. I'm grateful for coffee. I'm grateful for the weekend. I was just going through the motions. My only rule was simple: every night before bed, write down at least one thing from the day I was genuinely grateful for. Doing it at night was key. It forced me to scan my entire day. So one bad moment in the evening couldn't ruin the whole picture. But after a while, something started to shift. To avoid writing coffee for the 30th time, I had to start paying closer attention. I mean really paying attention. A rainy day wasn't just an annoying commute anymore. It was a chance to use my favorite umbrella and listen to the sound of rain on the window. A lazy Sunday morning became about the simple joy of making pancakes from scratch. These weren't life-changing events, but they were tiny, positive moments I would have completely missed before. I was basically finding gold specks in the mud of daily life. My practice grew beyond the journal. I started doing gratitude visits, an idea from positive psychology researchers. This is where you write a detailed letter to someone who made a difference in your life and, if you can, read it to them out loud. The emotional kickback from that is more powerful than a simple thank you could ever be. It really deepens your connection with people. The most transformative part, though, was reframing my challenges. When something went wrong, a missed deadline, a stupid argument, an unexpected bill, my new job was to find the silver lining. This wasn't about pretending the bad thing didn't suck. It was about actively looking for the lesson or the unexpected good that came out of it. A mistake wasn't a failure, it was data. This was the hardest part, but also the most powerful. It trained me to move from feeling like a victim of my circumstances to being in control of my reactions. And, by the end, my journal was filled with 365 positive moments, a tangible record that I'd had a good year, even when it didn't always feel that way. As the year went on, I felt different. I was calmer, more resilient, and just happier. But the journalist in me needed proof. Is there any actual science to back this up? The answer was a massive yes. Practicing gratitude doesn't just make you feel good, it physically changes your brain and body. First, let's talk brain chemistry. When you feel gratitude, your brain gets a hit of feel-good chemicals, especially dopamine and serotonin. Dopamine is tied to your brain's reward center, making you feel pleasure and satisfaction. This creates an amazing positive feedback loop. The more gratitude you practice, the more your brain rewards you, making you want to do it more. Serotonin helps regulate your mood, and many antidepressants work by boosting it. So, a simple habit was giving me the neurochemical signature of a happier person naturally. But it goes deeper than a temporary buzz. Thanks to neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to change itself, a consistent gratitude practice can create lasting change. MRI studies show that regular gratitude practice boosts activity in the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain responsible for managing emotions, making decisions, and feeling empathy. By giving this brain region a regular workout, I was literally strengthening my ability to handle stress and connect with others. At the same time, gratitude helps calm down your amygdala, the brain's alarm system. An overactive amygdala is linked to high stress and anxiety. By dialing down its reactivity, gratitude helps your body relax and counters that constant fight-or-flight feeling. The physical benefits were just as wild. This daily practice is like a multivitamin for your body. Research has linked gratitude to a stronger immune system, lower blood pressure, and better sleep. How it helps lower levels of cortisol, the main stress hormone. Chronic stress and high cortisol lead to inflammation and all sorts of health issues. By activating your body's rest and digest system, gratitude helps lower your heart rate and bring your body back into balance. Studies have even shown that people who keep gratitude journals report fewer aches and pains and exercise more. I wasn't just thinking more positively, I was building a healthier body. The best part is, you don't need to wait a whole year to feel a difference. Some research shows that the positive effects can be measured in just a few weeks. Here are a few dead simple ways to start your own practice. Second, send a thank you note or do a gratitude visit. Think of someone who made a positive impact on your life, big or small, who you've never really thanked properly. Write them a letter detailing what they did and what it meant to you. Just sending that email or letter can massively boost your own happiness and makes that relationship stronger. In a world of quick texts, a detailed thank you is incredibly powerful. Third, practice the reframe. The next time you hit a minor snag, you're stuck in traffic. The line at the grocery store is a mile-long challenge yourself to find one tiny thing to be grateful for in that moment. Maybe the traffic gives you a few extra minutes to listen to your favorite podcast. Maybe the line is a chance to just breathe and not be in a rush for once. It's not about ignoring the annoyance. It's about not letting it hijack your entire mood. You're training your brain to find opportunities instead of just problems. My 365-day experiment took my life from just fine to being rich, textured, and full of joy, even on the tough days. It taught me that happiness isn't something that just happens to you. It's a skill you can build. Gratitude isn't about ignoring the darkness in the world or in your life. It's about learning to see the light that's always there alongside it. It is a scientifically proven tool that can rewire your brain, improve your health, and deepen your relationships. The journey proved to me that you really do find what you're looking for. For years, I looked for problems, and they were everywhere. For 1 year, I looked for the good, and I discovered it was there all along, just waiting to be noticed. So, here's my challenge for you. Right now, in the comments below, share just one thing you are grateful for today. Let's fill this space with a reminder of all the good that's out there. And if this resonated with you, maybe share it with someone you're grateful for. Thanks for watching.